Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. All right, you guys. So I am back, honey. I know I have been gone for a little while, but your girl is back. I am back with another video. I'm not going to keep you all too long tonight. This is your girl Nyanta J. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn those post notifications on. That way you'll be notified any single time I post. And don't worry if you are not able to catch this video live, it will be available for replay. All right, so I just realized that I put the wrong date on here. I had it said that I was going to be scheduled to go live on Thursday at 8, but I forgot I did that after 1 a.m. So that's why I said, I'm like, why does this thing say Thursday? All righty, y'all. So we are going to get into it, honey. So let me turn my phone on silent, honey, and we are going to get into it. Like I said, today we are going to be catching up with my Jazzy life, honey. Now, you all know that I don't talk about the mummies often on my channel, but I do check in with them every now and then because sometimes they get a little bit of unfair criticism. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just tune in on the recent events, honey. I have been busy. I have been doing work, school, all other type of stuff. So I have just been all over the place. So I said, you know what? Let me check in with my people and talk to the people. Okay. Okay. So like I said, I have normally been covering. Last time we talked about Latrice, we caught up with Keisha, but nothing's really been new going on that side. So the only thing that I saw that really sparked my interest to bring some conversation to the forefront today was, what's going on with my Jazzy life, and I guess another reactor, a new and up and coming reactor. So when it comes to the mommies, like I said, I react on them from time to time when something big happens, but I understand that they have content that has been going on surrounding their life for a very long time. And a lot of the mummies, my Jazzy Life, Strong Mummy Chrissy, Ming, Liv, a lot of times they had a storyline that started people to reacting on them. And what happened is people just started reacting to them, and then boom, they just continue to catch up with. They kind of continue to just check in with them, and that's how people started their daily reaction. So I don't, when people talk about them or when people give commentary on their day to day, I don't really mind that. I even tune in sometimes because sometimes people do really give some constructive criticism. Sometimes it goes too far, but sometimes it's like, okay, I get it, right? Their content is based around motherhood, day in the life of a mom. And so a lot of times that is something that may spark some conversation amongst people. But recently, honey, I see my Jazzy Life, honey. She has been the topic of she's been a topic lately because she has been clapping back. Okay. She has been clapping back, child. She says she is tired. Y'all excuse that noise. Honey, she says she is tired and she has been clapping back and standing up for herself. And that has sparked an interesting conversation. So getting into the background, there was a reactor that started to give her opinion on my Jazzy Life, and she happens to be a Caucasian woman, and she gave her opinion on, I guess, Jasmine using a diaper genie, honey. I guess Jazzy used the diaper genie. She felt like the diaper genie was too full, and so she did some commentary on that or whatever. And Jasmine addressed it in one of her videos. Like I said, I tune into Jazzy from time to time, not on a consistent basis. So when I first saw her like addressing the lady or whatever, I was like, Jasmine, that probably was something that you could have left alone. But okay, I get it. It's cool. So, she, addressed the lady, and she also addressed her another time, and I saw people talking about it, and they were, saying, what, she's overreacting. Like, why is you even addressing it? And I agreed. I was like, well, I haven't really seen the thing pop up on my timeline. So, there are a lot of people that talk about you, your children, or whatever. So it's kind of odd that this is what you choose to address. So I'm like, okay, she may be overreacting. But so let me go do my research and see what has sparked this conversation. So when I went over to the young lady's page, and I forgot what name her page is, she was explaining, what sparked her back and forth the back and forth between her and Miss Jazzy Life. And she said that, she had started, just giving the commentary, and she was concerned because my Jazzy Life had came out and said that her child may have ADHD, and she was trying to put out the PSA that you know, um my Jazzy life feeding her children um processed food is what's causing the ADHD. And I was like, okay. Okay, this is weird. Okay. All right. And then, she said, and then she continued on with the conversation about the diaper genie. And she just wants my Jazz life to do better because the reason why her child may have ADHD is because all she does is sit on her lazy behind and feed her children processed food. And I was like, okay, okay. Now, a lot of people were feeling like Miss Jazzy was just picking with the girl because the girl is Caucasian, because she's a smaller channel. But I'm like, that's a bit much, to tell somebody that their child has ADHD because of processed foods. I think that anybody would have been taken aback by that. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people have given my Jazzy life criticism on her parenting. A lot of people have had something to say. So I'm not saying that this young lady isn't saying something that probably hasn't been said before, but I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like when it's coming from someone that outside of the culture, outside of the race, it can hit a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And is it wrong either way to sit back, whether it's somebody who's black or white, Caucasian or Mexican, whatever? Is it wrong to sit and nitpick somebody's parents, no matter who it is? Most definitely, absolutely. But when someone's coming at you left field, and it's a situation where you're just sharing with us an update on your child's health, and they come out and accuse you of being the cause of ADHD when normally ADHD is something that's going on mentally. Yeah, I think I would have been a little bit taken back by that as well. So a lot of people are kind of accusing her of overreacting or picking with the girl, but I'm like, no, I think that I would have been a bit taken aback by that as well. So because there were two, I guess there were two different clapbacks that she did to this certain reactor. So I'm like, yeah, I would understand where she's coming from then. So I said, well, you know what? Let me kind of look at the original content that sparked this conversation, and let me see if it's anything out of the norm of other people who talk about Jazzy on a regular basis. And you know it was a little weird because the lady in her explaining, her acknowledging Jazzy clapping back at her, and her, acknowledging how it all started. She even mentioned that, okay, she's also a stay at home mom right now. She's had to stay off work and tend to her child because her child has something going on. But you're calling Jazzy lazy for being a stay at home mom. You're talking about her, how lazy she is, and you're saying that, her children gonna go to school with BBs in their head, and I'm going back to this content and just listening. And like I said, in a perfect world, when it's coming from an African American person and a white person, it should be received the same. But I'm not gonna pretend like that it may not hit a little bit different when you have a Caucasian lady saying, oh yeah, you're gonna send your child to school, he probably gonna have BBs in his head, versus when it's someone in your culture saying the same thing. There are cultural differences that may spark a different reaction. So, all in all, I think that, a lot of people were accusing her of nitpicking with the girl or trying to just, have selective outrage. But no, I'm not gonna act like it, the conversations coming from, if, for example, if you're arguing with, just your sister, your normal, your other African American woman, and she's call you lazy, it's like whatever. And if you get arguing with the Caucasian woman and she says you're lazy, well, now there's different angles because there's a history behind, certain stereotypes. So are you just calling me lazy, just, like everybody else? Or is there some type of undertone with it? So I think what triggered my Jazzy life was just simply, you know, yes, nobody should be coming at her, attacking her for her parenting and talking about her kids. It's all wrong on all levels when it's excessive. But I'm sorry. Even people in the comments were even calling the woman out in some of her videos, and they was like, "Ma'am, you on here talking about BBs and their children head, and you over here saying, you calling her lazy, and you have to be careful because we don't, you being a Caucasian woman, this could be received differently." You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like that I can't resonate with that. You know, I see videos on Facebook all the time. You have two Caucasian neighbors, they get into it, they get out there, they go in the yard, they put each other in the headlock. You know what I'm saying? They may tuss a little bit and it's over. You know what I'm saying? It don't really escalate far. But then you have the Caucasian neighbor and the black neighbor. They may get into it and may go towards the police getting called. So like I said, all in all, I at first, I was kind of on the like, okay, Jazzy, you didn't even have to dress this woman. But when I saw, the videos of the original of her originally, kind of coming at her, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know. I just don't know. Because a lot of the reactors who, started doing commentary on my Jazzy life and all of the mummies, a lot of that stemmed from prior events that had happened. So when my Jazzy life, when I first heard about her coming on the scene, she had her, it was a drama going on with her first baby daddy, Philip, and he had the whole going to jail scandal. And then, there were chain of events that sparked conversations about these women, these mommies. And there were life events that happened, dramatic events that kind of started people to kind of keep up with them and see what's going on. So, that's, I can understand them talking about them and then kind of branching off and keeping up with their daily life to, okay, now we just sit back here and we just out of nowhere, now we coming for you talking about how your child got ADHD because you fed them processed foods. And we up here we talking about you got too many diapers in your diaper genie. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how that can come across a little bit like, okay, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I can see where my Jazz life is coming from. It's like, okay, cool. Listen, I already got folks coming at me 24/7 for every little thing. And this could be just the straw that's like, girl, now you come. You know what I'm saying? And you up here, you call him a child BB head, you calling me lazy, and you're a Caucasian woman, so I don't know what angle you're coming from. Are you just doing the regular reaction and commentary, or are you trying to be funny? So I can get that. So I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't understand where she was coming from on that one. I'm I'm just gonna be completely honest. I'm in this situation. It can feel like, well, damn, wait a damn minute, sis, how you coming? Um, you know. But all in all, and even when the woman explained it, she was like, I really don't care. I could care less about my Jazz life. I don't care. Well, didn't sis, you made a whole video with her diaper genie trash in your thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about her children got BBs in their heads. You calling her lazy. And don't get me wrong, this is nothing outside of the norm that, women of color do to Jasmine. They all talk about her on a daily basis, but in this situation, it just seemed a little bit petty. And you know what I'm saying? It just seemed a little bit, okay, girl, what's the tea? What's going on here? Especially when you seem like, you're a mom and you're going through things with your children as well. But I think all in all, the overall message is we just have to be a little bit more easier on each other. I know that the people who do the mommy content, they have life events and they have things that happen that will warrant a conversation. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes some of the reactors do give them some good, solid advice. It's not always as negative as other people who get attacked. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people do have a good balance of just kind of really speaking real spill and giving some, sound advice from mother to mother or woman to woman. But I do feel like, Jazzy, and I've said it before here on my platform, I think that she gets a lot of unfair heat. I really do. I really do. At the end of the day, this is the thing. I'm not against people talking about what they see and having their opinions, and just giving that constructive criticism, when they see fit. But damn, so now we going all the way down and count how many diapers she got in a damn diaper genie bag. Whether she chooses to pack her diaper genie with diapers or take her diapers one by one outside, I mean, that's really her prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're really gonna sit up here and criticize this woman because she got too many diapers in the damn diaper genie. If she ain't changing it enough, if she's not, if she's not, um, if she's not changing it enough, if she's not doing it to someone's personal liking, that's her. She has to smell that. Nobody else don't have to smell that. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. Me personally, I didn't use a diaper genie when my child was coming up. I just, took him outside. I had my little trash bag by the door for the day, and I just, changed it daily. And if it was a poopy one, I ran it outside immediately. But everyone has their own things. And honestly, Jazzy gets a lot of flack, but just to be honest, out of the original crew, she is her and Ming, they have been the only ones who have kind of kept their life consistently stable. And this is really no shade to, Strong Mommy Chrissy or Liv's life, because me personally, I don't think any of them are that bad. I started watching them when they had the Mommy on a drama, and I also started watching Strong Mommy Chrissy when she had, her baby daddy left her. And I think that all of them are unique in their own way. And I don't think any of them are just terrible, just horrible, horrible parents. I know Live Life has something going on with her kids. I don't really keep up with her like that. But from what I've observed of all of the crew, their original crew, I mean, if we really want to be all the way honest, Jazzy has pretty much been consistent and kept her life consistently stable. I mean, at the end of the day, she got her kid, she have her children in her custody, she keep a roof over her head. She, what I'm saying, her relationship, even though people have their rumblings about it, and her man appears to have certain flaws. I mean, we don't really have no cases of no police reports knocking at her door. So I mean, I don't, I think that there could be a little, people can let up a little bit, if you ask me. And that's just my opinion on it. You know. Like I said, for me, I was just like, let's just bring a different perspective to the table, because a lot of people were really riding her hard and making it seem like she was just oh so wrong for clapping back to this one person. They kind of made it seem like she was like kind of singling somebody out, but it's like, I think that it just hit her left field, because it's one thing when it's people within your own community and when you're on in your own culture, give saying what they have to say. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't hit different if it's coming from someone that's outside your race or culture. It could be received differently, and that's all. So those were just my quick thoughts and opinions on it. Like I said, I think, me personally, I think that she can, we can let up on her sometimes. I, like I said, I watch her from time to time, and I don't see anything terribly wrong. There have been other mommies who had way more going on than her, and people breeze right past it, and I'm just not about to be ready to call defects on somebody because they damn diaper genie too full. That's just, I mean, who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? Who really is putting that much thought into it? And like I said, I love everybody, and I've defended Strong Mommy Christy before as well. And I've, talked about their whole crew, the Mommy on the gang before. And so, and I think at some point, all of them have gotten unfair judgment, but people love to kind of ride Jazzy over and over again for stuff that just really doesn't matter. And then the whole thing about the processed food and ADHD, ma'am, you ain't no doctor. You are not no doctor. Okay. We do. I mean, people love screaming processed foods and judging people for what they feed their kids, but if you just want to be honest, this meat that we go in the store and buy is sprayed down with all type of chemicals to keep it ready to be on the shelf. We don't know what we're consuming nowadays. Honestly, if you ain't out there in your garden growing your own fruits and vegetables and buying your own livestock and raising it and feeding it what you want to feed it, then we don't know what we're consuming. So I think that, let, as long as she's cooking for her children and feeding them something. Now, me personally, I don't see her over there shoving chicken nuggets down their throat or shoving McDonald's down their face. I have seen her cook plenty of meals. If you feel like she doesn't cook enough balanced meals, okay, cool, but it's just not nothing to ride nobody for. Let people raise their children and do what they want to do. Now, what I'm saying, if her, now if she got some drama going on and it's a big thing, and if she over there neglecting somebody or harming her, okay, then that's something that we can raise our eyebrow for. But I'm not raising my eyebrow because somebody had too many diapers in the diaper genie. I'm not raising my eyebrow because the meal didn't have enough greens. And it just really let people do what the hell they want to do in their household. That's just my thoughts and opinion on it. But And I just was like, you know what, let me come through. I didn't want to stay long. I know a lot of people weren't able to tune in because normally I don't really talk about the moms that much. But from here to there, I'm trying to be a little bit more versatile and change up the content. So I was like, you know what, let me just drop my thoughts and opinion on that. I don't think that she was overreacting. I don't think that she was targeting the woman because the woman is Caucasian. I just think that it kind of hit differently when it's coming from someone who's outside of the cultural norm. And that's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? If, like I said, it's if it's one thing when you and your homegirl arguing and she may call you a B, but if you and your man get arguing and he call you a B, it hit a little bit different. And I think that was this situation here. I just think it hit a little bit different coming from someone outside of the culture. And I don't think that she should be shamed or put down for that. At the end of the day, we all human, we all react. And, you know, even in that woman's response, that woman brought up, well, I have something going on. I had to stay home, my baby stopped talking. So, she had you seem like you have your own things that you have going on at your household, and you've had to make adjustments and sacrifices as a mom, and you've had to stay at home. And I wouldn't call my Jazzy life lazy. I would just say that she runs her household how she runs it. But like I said, that was just my thoughts and opinion. you know, I just think we can cut her some slack sometimes. Sometimes we got to have some grace and mercy on each other. Nothing's wrong with reacting. Nothing's wrong with giving the constructive criticism. Nothing's wrong with giving parental advice. We're all moms. We're all trying to figure it out. But stop. I wish we would kind of stop riding this lady because hell, and like I said, and I love strong woman Christian. This is no shade, but hell, she had a whole uh man in her household that kept going to jail and all type of stuff, and it's kind of like everybody just kind of skipped over that, in which they should, because it's not none of our business. But if we can get past that, we can get past how many diapers in a damn diaper genie. Okay, that's just if we can say, okay, Chrissy, we understand. You got with a man, y'all kind of move fast, you didn't know him, and now you don't have to call the police on about 2-3 times, and it's been all this stuff going on. If we can get past that, we can get past what Jasmine cooked for her baby, and we can get past having the diapers in the damn diaper genie. It really ain't that damn deep. So the overall message is, let's give my girl a break. Okay, let's give my girl a break. She has kept a roof over her kids' heads. Whether we are interested in the content, whether she could be more creative or not, she comes on here consistently. She tries to put forth effort to show what she does in the day of the life of her being a mom at home with the children. And so it's like, she, gets that A for effort. Everybody's just doing the best that they can, and she's keeping a roof over their head. They look fed, they look happy. It ain't nothing dangerous going on over there. Everything seems to be cool. So, I think that we can show a little grace and mercy. But that is all I had to say. Like I said, I just wanted to come through real quick and pop through here. And this video will be available for replay. So thank y'all for listening to me tonight. And I will see you all in my next video. See you later.